Welcome back to another vlog. In today's video, you're going to see my 2-day sailing adventure from LA to Catalina Island, where I basically sailed on a pirate ship. It was a historical brigantine that I was able to sail on as part of one of my classes at USC. So you're going to see a ton of cool stuff here, the way we do the lines on the ship, the way we navigate, and so much more. So make sure you stay tuned. All right, today I am here in San Pedro here at the harbor, and we are about to sail for one of my classes at USC. I'm taking Nautical Science, and as part of this class, we go on a 2-day sea voyage, 2 days at sea, and we will be sailing on that ship right there, the XC Johnson. You can see up there at the top of the mast, we are flying the USC flag. So yeah, I'm not quite sure what's in store for me. I mean, it's educational. I'm going to be learning about sailing, navigation, that kind of stuff, tying knots, lines. So it should be pretty interesting. So I'll show you guys what we get up to here. But yeah, that's the plan. 2 days at sea. It's Halloween, so I'm vaguely dressed like a pirate. I've got an eye patch. You know, I can add more accessories. But yeah, that's the plan. This is how I'm spending my Halloween weekend. It's going to be at sea on this ship right here. All right, update. This is not the XC Johnson. I was wrong. This is the Irving Johnson. This is the sister ship. We have 2 ships at USC, so I just got them like mixed up. I saw Johnson, I'm like, XC Johnson. But no, this one right here is the Irving Johnson. All right, we are now getting ready to board here. We're about to get up there. So yeah, we'll see what awaits us. We started seeing wildlife even before we left the harbor. We saw the sea lion eating a fish, and what they do to be able to eat is they slap the fish around on the water to break it up so they can eat it easier. All right, I'm here at the bow of the ship. We've officially set sail. So Catalina Island is about 20 miles away. So that's where we are headed now. Sailing out of San Pedro.
We're not actually going to haul, but in this case, you would take it off the pin. When I said haul away, we hauled. All right, now we're going to, that's well, we're going to belay it. So now you can take it to the pin and make it off. Remember, near side of the car horn.
There you go. All right, so we've just left the harbor behind us. There you can hear the lighthouse going off. It emits that sound. But yeah, we've left the harbor. We are well on our way. We just practiced doing lines in the halyards, so we were just practicing. I couldn't tell if my camera got a good angle or not. I was kind of filming from the pocket, but we'll see. Hopefully it turned out, but if not, this is what it looks like. What we were up to just now. We were practicing tying these lines, which go up there, as you can see. It's a bit wobbly. Like, I thought I had my sea legs. At least I'm not seasick, but I am finding it a little wobbly. All right, we are out here on the bowsprit, the very, very front. We're gonna shimmy our way on over to the nets. I am strapped in for my mom, who's definitely watching this. I'm not in any peril. All right, I guess I can have a nap out here or something. I'm on a net. Right below me, you can see the water. Gonna chill out here for a bit. So I ended up falling asleep, but I woke up to dolphins swimming directly below us. They were so close that I could have reached out and touched one of them. I cannot believe I caught this on film. It was absolutely incredible. I'm gonna put the footage here twice just because it's so crazy. I'm so glad I was able to film this. This species of dolphin is just the common dolphin, but it was really cool to see them swimming alongside us. I keep saying it was really cool. I don't have other words for it. It was a great experience. Alright, so I took a nap, just saw some dolphins. I did not lose the bandana, I simply tied it to my camera, so I didn't lose it. Alright, so now I'm going to give you guys a look at different rooms throughout the ship. So this is the nav room, this is where the charts are, all the equipment is for navigating. So that's a very important room there. Then we have the engine room. And so this was the engine. I don't know how it works. It's a diesel engine. I do know that. But here's all of the mechanic stuff that goes into that room as well. And then here is the main cabin where I slept in. This was compartment B or cabin B. I didn't film as much as I would have liked to here to give you guys like a full tour of it. We weren't really supposed to be in the cabin while we were sailing. It was just like for safety reasons because we weren't, supervised. So I didn't get a lot of good footage, but here's what I got. This is where we slept at night. So you can kind of see the room here. It's pretty cozy, and here is where we got all of our fresh drinking water. So as we were leaving the harbor, we got to unfurl the sails ourselves. We got to put them up. We got to use all of the lines. They taught us how to do everything. And then after that, we split into 3 watches. And basically one group got to be out on the bowsprit having fun, taking a nap. One group had to be in lecture, learning about chart navigation. And the other group was learning about crew duties, which would help us later on our night watch logs. And after that, we got to see dolphins following us as the sun was setting. This was another pretty cool experience with dolphins. They're just really cool. I like that they kind of interacted with us.
Direction. Now we're going to start at the compass and we're going to bring it to our point. So I will look for 165 here. It's right there. And I can just... Alright, start at 165. I'm going to make it so that it just touches the island, right? Because you were seeing the island where it hit the water. So we should be somewhere on that line. And then 205, which is right there. Okay, 205 to that guy. So if we were right, we would be right here. Okay?
By the time we got to Catalina Island, it was already dark. You can kind of see the silhouette of the island against the horizon there. But we didn't get to go ashore because it was dark when we got there, and we had to leave early the next morning to get back to LA.
All right, so it is now nighttime. It is red lighting down here because red lighting won't affect our night vision, so I might look all red. We'll see how this ends up. But yeah, it's nighttime. It's essentially an hour until lights out. So yeah, that'll be interesting. But we're here just on Catalina Island. We're not in Avalon. We're on a different side of the island where we're just anchored for the night. And later on, I'm going to have to do night watch. So that is the last thing I have to do for today. And as far as sleeping, we have bunks, and I brought a sleeping bag and a pillow. So that's what I'll be sleeping with. All right, so I'm officially in my bunk for bed. I'm using my flashlight to light this, so I guess I've ruined my night vision. But as you can see, I have like a privacy curtain. Up there, you can kind of see the red light still out there. But privacy curtain, I'm wearing a sleeping bag. What is this, Coleman? Right, so I've got a sleeping bag. Up here above me is a life jacket. Here you can see the siding of the ship. So yeah, this is my sleeping arrangements. I get to sleep, right now it is almost 9:30, it's like 9:20, so I get to sleep until 4, when I will be woken up for my night watch, and then my night watch will be over at 5, and then I will sleep for another 2 hours. I'll go from 5 to 7, and then 7 everybody gets woken up. So that is the plan, and yeah, I'm gonna go to sleep now. All right, so it's like 5 a.m. almost. Sorry, 4 a.m. almost. And it's time for my watch. So what I have to do a log and make sure that everything on the ship is going well. I have to take our coordinates, take our heading, make sure our anchor is still working properly and is in place. Check wind speed, check the level of the sea. And then I need to go through every compartment and press a button that the Coast Guard requires to be pressed every 30 minutes just for safety. And I need to make sure that the rooms are all in good order. So I have an hour shift here and I just have to complete the log.
finished our second log and our second vessel check. We're just waiting for our next watch to get up here. We already woke them up, so they should be up here in a couple of minutes. I've got a hot chocolate here, and there's some sort of squid feeding frenzy going on right now. Okay, it was bigger like a couple minutes ago, but... Alright, it is now day 2. We just woke up. We are here at Catalina Island, about to have some breakfast, but last night we couldn't really see any of this because it was all dark, but here's what it's looking like. We're not at Avalon, we're at some other part of the island, so yeah. Alright, so I just got myself some breakfast. We have a yogurt bowl, berries, granola, yogurt, a cinnamon bagel, and I just found out that that over there is called White's Landing. So that is where we are at. Alright, so I didn't film it because obviously we were busy, but we set sail here, and so it's not filmed because obviously I am like helping do it. I can't, film while I'm doing it, but there are lines all around here that we help use to raise the sails, and then we tie up the lines back on these pins so that they don't go anywhere. So there's these here on this mast that we deal with, and then on both the port and starboard of the ship we have all of these over here, and we use these to set sail. I'm not sure quite exactly how it works. I'm sure there's a lot of engineering involved in how it goes, but these basically raise the sails. We use these to bring them back down at night, and we were a lot faster today at setting sail than we were yesterday, obviously with some practice, and we learned. So that's the kind of stuff we're doing. We're also learning some basic charting as well. So we just had a lecture this morning. We're going to switch into watches again like we did yesterday. We'll have another lecture, and yeah, that's what's up. We are on our way back to LA. We should be there sometime this afternoon. Alright, we are in napping position. I know what you're thinking, how can you take a nap? You're like hovering above the ocean. How can you not take a nap? The ocean is rocking you to sleep. This is like, it's basically a hammock. This is the perfect nap spot. Alright, so my nap is over. My time on the bowsprit is also over. And so right now I am actually back on the bow. But this time I'm doing bow watch. I have my radio in case anything goes wrong, which hopefully it doesn't, but yeah, so I just sit here and I look for problems. Alright, so we had traffic, so I actually get to do quite a bit of driving. Maybe you can't see, it's too far away for the camera. There's a boat over there. I'm trying to keep us on a certain side of the boat. And yeah, so we are altering course a little bit. So pretty exciting, but I have people guiding me, telling me what to do, so I don't have to like just figure it out. They'll tell me what to do, so that's good. But this silly bandana keeps going up and I look really goofy. Here are the two big ships that were in our way, and there's a third small fishing boat you can't see here.
Small boat about 11 o'clock from the bow between us and cargo ship. Very great.
From the 17.
We need you at the helm!
Aye, that be true. Brace up yards, you cack-headed decades! Die is the day we're living for!
Based on the Coast Guard handbook that we read, couldn't.
Okay, I just saved this from like 3 crashes, and so now I'm gonna eat. And just like that, the sound from the LA lighthouse signified that our journey was coming to an end. Alright, so we have already taken down the sails, as you can see, and now we are getting ready to just come back to dock, and we're back here in the port of LA. Lots of industry around us, so yeah, we are nearing the end of our journey.
All right, we are here. We are docked, and now we just need to go get our stuff and clean up the ship. So we're gonna pack up and then do the cleanup process. All right, so we just packed up our stuff. Our compartment, good old number 24, is all clean. This is where we were sleeping last night. There's the curtain. Bada bing, bada boom. But now we're all cleaned up and ready to clean up the ship. So now we packed. We're not ready to leave. We still have to clean up. All right, and here we are walking away from the Irving Johnson. Everything is completed, and we just got to get back to USC now.
All right, that is pretty much the end of this adventure. I hope you guys had fun watching. I had a blast going on this voyage, and I plan to keep sailing with USC. They have more classes in their Nautical Science program. I'm already signed up to take another one next semester. So let me know in the comments if you guys liked this kind of video, and I'll make sure to do more sailing videos. But until next time, don't forget to like and subscribe, and be on the lookout for our next vlog.